Gervonta Davis does record gate similar to Manny Pacquiao. Was it because of Ryan Garcia? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, it's being reported that Gervonta Davis is breaking all type of records with his recent fight versus Ryan Garcia. Not only did they do somewhere around 1.4 million content sales or pay-per-view buys, if that's what you want to call it, they also set a record for Las Vegas gate, and it is very similar to the Manny Pacquiao Ricky Hatton fight. Now, I just wanted to break this down for a second, give my 2 cents, and see what the community had to say about this fight and the records that it is setting. Now, yesterday we discussed the face of boxing and Canelo being a little salty that it seems like Gervonta Davis is now the real face of the sport of boxing. He is the one that is filling arenas. He was already filling and doing big gates in Baltimore and everywhere else he was fighting. But now he's proving it with selling content and selling out arenas still. You know, it took him all the way to the other side of the country, and he still did huge numbers. Now, Canelo Alvarez seemed a little salty about the fact that Gervonta is getting so much shine at this point. I don't understand why. You know, Canelo, he had his time, and he could still be the biggest star in boxing if he started being a little more entertaining and a little more, you know, not crossover, but a little more, you know, global of a figure. He's not really a global figure. He's really only big within his demographic. And, you know, to be a global figure, you got to be worldwide. Manny Pacquiao was beloved and liked everywhere he went. There was nowhere on this planet if Manny Pacquiao went where he couldn't have a drove of people following him around, wanting to train with him, wanting to run with him. And that made him a global figure, where Canelo Alvarez seems a little more shut in, a little more, you know, just not just for Mexico and the Hispanic fans, but kind of just for Mexico and the Hispanic fans. And you got to be more of a people pleaser and a people person to be a global figure. Now, the fight that they did in Las Vegas, it did great numbers. They did somewhere around $22 million worth of sales, and that's just on the gate. And it made it the 5th largest gate in Las Vegas boxing history. Now, that is a huge record, and that's something humongous to have on your resume for either Ryan or Gervonta. And I think it's going to benefit Gervonta a lot more than it is Ryan. I'm not sure where Ryan's going to go at this point in his career. If he's going to 140, is he moving to 147? Is he going to stay at 135? We don't know. We got to find out.
You can make a business out of anything. You put your mind to it. Remember, I sold a book, Dog Pound book that I wrote, put pictures in and all that. I sold it for $100. Sold 5,000 of them I pressed up. That's 500,000. It's just like the dope game. Get a little bit, make a little lot.
You know, Ryan can still have a great career, like Manny Pacquiao took losses. You know, all great fighters take losses, and the great fighters are the ones who rebuild themselves into something even better than what made them a superstar in the first place. And not only that, once again, it did 1.4 million pay-per-view or content sales, and that has placed Gervonta Davis on a higher plateau when it comes to the sport of boxing. That has his name ringing so many bells. So many people are now fans of Gervonta Davis and want to tune in to whatever he has going on. It's going to be at least 3 months before we get to see that man back in the boxing ring again. But I'm hoping what happens, since he is only on house arrest, he now could still train at home. I believe his trainers can come see him, and visit him and work with him at home. I'm sure he's already built a home gym in preparation for all this. And most likely, we're going to get an even better version, because a version of Gervonta Davis that's just been training for 3 months is going to be crazy. So I'm hoping that, it all goes down with Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko, and Devin comes out of that the victor, most likely will. And Gervonta Davis, being that he's on home incarceration, can still negotiate and be within the negotiation and not just be negotiating from a telephone in some jail cell somewhere. So I think we have a better shot. I've been saying for a while, Devin Haney, depending on how he looks, is more than likely going to move to 140. And I think it's going to depend on how he does versus Vasyl Lomachenko. If it's a bad performance, we might not get the Gervonta Davis fight. If it's a good performance, we most likely will get the Gervonta Davis fight next. And that would be spectacular. And it's going to make Gervonta Davis so much money, because he would have put on 2 super fights within 1 year. And it really makes a lot of other fighters, i.e. Spence and Crawford and Charlos and, all these other guys. He's making those guys look bad. Canelo, because they're only fighting once a year if you're lucky. If Canelo's wondering why he's not the face of boxing, that's the reason. It's because Gervonta Davis is making himself readily available for fans. Not only that, he's putting on these ultra entertaining fights by knocking his opponent down or knocking his opponent out, hitting his opponent with these spectacular body shots, dominating fighters that are twice his size, and it's very entertaining to watch. So if Canelo's wondering why he's not the face of boxing, or Spence or Crawford or Tyson Fury or any of these other big names, it's that reason. He's fighting multiple times a year, and they're super fights at that. So his fights are making huge amounts of money, and it's making him ultra famous, and he deserves everything that comes along with that. Listen, we could be extremely lucky if Gervonta Davis can be one of those Mike Tyson style fighters, which he is, and he can make it through his career without getting screwed out of money or going to jail and having portions of his career taken from him. We could get that fighter that we didn't get in Mike Tyson, that we didn't get in Muhammad Ali because of the draft dodging and everything, and him having to go to jail and being stripped of his title. That might not happen to Gervonta Davis, and if we're lucky, that'll be the result, and we'll have one of those historical fighters that not only gave us exciting fights, Manny Pacquiao style, but went through his career undefeated, Floyd Mayweather style. Now, that will put Gervonta Davis on a whole nother level in the sport of boxing, surpassing a lot of names. And he could be, we could be watching history in the making in Gervonta Davis as one of the most entertaining undefeated fighters ever. And is it because of Ryan Garcia that he did those numbers? I think a portion of it was Ryan, but I think a lot of it had to do with the entertainment value that came along with Gervonta Davis and him going at Ryan and being the mouth of the East. He's not the mouth of the South. That was Ali. But he's the mouth of the East and being entertaining, and then carrying that entertainment not only from the press conferences but into the fight and knocking his opponent down and pretty much out and ending the fight spectacularly. So was it because of Ryan? Yeah, a portion of it was, but it's mostly because Gervonta Davis is that guy in the sport of boxing. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Please hit that like button, fun mad, share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you are more than likely to get a response on the tube, so holler at me over there. If you would like to collabo, feel free to hit my Gmail. It is flockofcards@gmail.com. And we are mighty.
I got what you need. Fast or slow, girl, what's your speed? You handcuffed, I set you free. You a bad chick, I must say. Come with me, girl, right away. She want a double stack, no cheese, meaning other than the pill, I can get it for free. No fee, think it's MUD. OMG, LOL, SMH. You come with me, then you'll be straight. I don't give a damn that the mother niggas hate. Turn around, let me concentrate. Yeah, they don't trip. I got what you need. 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 Damn, you cold and so's your friend. But she say they don't like me. Please don't act like you don't know. Style is genius, stupid flow. My ego so big you might park on it. Nowadays my style got bite marks on it. Great white shark, homie. You acting kinda strange, quite narc, homie. Move back, homie. I'm looking at that ass. She way past boning. Take her to the crib, have her way past moaning. I almost fell when she threw that ass on me. Don't trip. I got what you need.